SAN, Femi Falano. I can call this Barrister Awomolo. Let me just give a kind of a brief speech of what I have here. But ladies and gentlemen, let me first commence by saying that I decided to sponsor this bill based on my personal experience, encounter of my children when they were to go to law school some 3 years ago. For 1 whole year, they were at home. And the reason was there's not just a place for them to go for law school. Then some of our neighbors came to make the same demand that their children at home, they couldn't go to law school. So they stayed at home for about 1.5 years. And I said to myself as a lawmaker, my responsibility is to see how we can make law for good governance for our country, to ensure justice, fairness for all. That is the fundamental reason why I decided to sponsor this bill. And let nobody be in doubt of the intention. I hold the view that if, as a senator, my children cannot easily get admission, then what happened to less privileged Nigerians? So that is just the reason behind us thinking of amending this law. When I first discussed this issue with principal officers of the Senate, a good number of them objected. But I sat down with them and I gave them superior arguments of the number of available vacancies and the ever-increasing number of students that will continue to graduate from Nigerian universities. As I speak to you, we have about 55 universities running degree program in law. The implication of it is a good number of them may not be able to get admission in the next 4 years, as it is today. Don't forget that universities in Nigeria, virtually annually, they have been registered, federal, states, and private universities. Now, democracy, one of the hallmarks of democracy is that everybody will have a way to actualize his dream. In a democratic setting, our responsibility as lawmakers is to provide the avenue, enable environment that will enable every Nigerian to attain set goals and objectives. Education is key, is fundamental. And that explains why we came into reasoning of sponsoring this bill. The principal officers initially objected, but I gave them the statistics. They had to agree with me. Now, as a journalist, I am not a politician. I don't speak like some of my colleagues because we are journalists. And as a journalist, I want to say, sir, that I've traveled around the nooks and corners of this country.
Well, distinguished senator, the less controversial issues you raise, the better for you, so that you are not eating to your time.
Yes, I can understand, Mr. Chairman. You know, I speak my heart all the time. Now, I'm saying that I have traveled around this country, and there's no state of Nigeria I'm not familiar with their terrain. I've had cause to visit over 2.5 of the local government in each state of Nigeria. So I know Nigeria very well. So in coming to terms with the reality of establishing more campuses, we came to the fact that there's a need to have 6 across the 6 geopolitical zones since we run the federal system of government. And we said there's a need to have 1 in addition to the one in Buhari in the north-central states of Nigeria. And we proposed Kaba. Kaba is a home that is peaceful and is a home of intellectuals. Kaba was the second state, community that Sadana of Sokoto saw and agreed to make a citadel of education by establishing the Agriculture College there, now ABU Campus College of Agriculture, in 1963. So we felt there's a need to put that school there. Then again, we came with the Northeast. We said there's a need to put 1 in the northeastern state of Nigeria, and we came to terms of the need to put a campus in Maiduguri, and that explains why quite a number of our colleagues are here. Because Maiduguri people by nature are very peaceful people. When you see them, they say, Allah Goro, Allah Goro. So we have decided to put a campus in Maiduguri. Then Northwest, we propose Arugungu for Northwest. Arugungu people, they love visitors, perhaps more than themselves, and that explains why Arugungu is a place where we have the annual fishing festival. It's a very peaceful place. So we proposed Arugungu for a campus. Now we talked about North-Southeast. Well, as a journalist, I visited all around this country. I know the southeastern state of Nigeria very well, from Enugu to Ibuku to Nnewi to Oba. I know those areas very well. And I've asked us to stay in Okija on 2, 3, 4 occasions. And I know they have about 3, 4 universities in Okija. So I have decided to say, look, my colleagues, let us put one campus in Okija. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we came to the realization of the fact that Nigeria is a federation, and we cannot continue to allow some people to suffer when there's solution, or we could provide solutions to their problem. The idea of having 6 law schools is to make sure that there's opportunities for all. Of course, we are not unmindful of the fact that there's already a law school under construction in Port Harcourt. This bill, I hope, Mr. Chairman, will take care of that one in Port Harcourt, so that we can have peace. So we can have peace. So, ladies and gentlemen, Your Royal Highnesses, this bill is simply to make sure that every graduate of law is given the opportunity to be able to pursue his career by going to a law school. Every Nigerian deserves to have the best that is available. And if the children of the so-called privileged are finding it difficult to get admission to law school, what happens to the children of the common people? I hold the view that any of us who believe that there must be justice, fairness, equity for all, I think we should support the fact that there's a need for additional law schools. Bearing in mind that the Faculty of Law and universities are continually increasing, we cannot afford to stock our people, our students, our children in the existing 6 campuses. Having additional 6 universities, to me, is just the minimum, because nobody can come out to say that Nigeria will have so number of universities. In the next 5 years, we don't know the number of universities we are going to have. So what happens? We must think and plan ahead. The idea of some of the problems confronting our nation today lies on the fact that we didn't plan ahead. Let us plan ahead to have additional campuses so that the children of the less privileged who want to actually practice law will have a law school that they can go and attain their set goals and their vision. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Mr. Chairman, I hereby submit.
Thank you. Thank you.
To give the details of all the campuses, the names. We have North Central, already we have existing law school in Buhari, Abuja. The second one will be in Kaba, Kogi State. For Northeast, we are proposing, we have existing one in Yola. Then we are proposing Maiduguri for the second law school in Northeast. For Northwest, we have existing law campus in Kano. Then we have the second one in Arugungu in Kebbi State. In the Southeast, we have a law school already existing in Enugu. Then we are proposing Okija to have the second law school. Now, in South-South zone, we have existing law school in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. We propose the second law school in Orogun, Delta State. But like I said, there is already approval for a law school in Port Harcourt, and that will be accommodated. Southwest, we have existing law school in Lagos, and we have the second one in Ilawe Kiti.
Well,